Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Louie and Wolfie. Anyways, welcome back to another episode of Monkey Brothers. Doc is still MIA at the moment. We'll bring him back in a bit. In the meantime, it's going to be another, mini painting oriented episode here.
We're going to offend some people.
And by all means, if you get offended, that's fine. Leave it down in the comments. Let us know.
Episode.
We ran into this, subreddit post of, miniature painting hottakes. And we want to bring up a few points. So, first point, I think we can combine these two, is NMM versus TMM, which, for those that don't know, non-metallic metals versus true metallic metals.
For the most part, I've always used metallic paint. I'm just lazy.
Yeah. So, by all means, it takes significantly more effort to make non-metallic metals, like non-NMM painting, look amazing. And it does look amazing. But it looks amazing from one specific angle.
And that's the thing, is like a lot of people brought it up. A lot of people agree that it's only good from one angle. But there seems to be a consensus that if you paint in an MM, it makes your paint job / model, army, whatever, infinitely better than anybody that paints a different style.
Yeah.
Well, yes, it looks immaculate. Again, it's only from one angle.
Yeah.
And we kind of talked about it, that if you do your weapons in it, it makes those stand out and makes everything look great. And that we can kind of agree on.
Yeah.
But like painting armor, hell no.
Yeah, because the miniature as a whole, people are going to pick it up, or hopefully, people won't pick it up. But,
without consent.
Always ask for consent when picking up somebody's mini. But if somebody does, they're going to look at it from all angles. And, if you have NMM on it, it's going to look great from the intended angle. But let's say they turn around just to look at that Space Marine ass. It's going to look horrible,
Yeah. It's like, without diving too deep into it, non-metallic metal is about basically painting where the light would be.
Yeah.
So, like, again, when you're holding it and you're painting it like the light's coming from a 45-degree angle when you're looking at it straight on, if you turn that at any angle, that is going to completely throw it off.
That illusion is gone. But let's move on to the next one.
We got OSL, Object Source Lighting.
Yeah. Which, in case you don't know what that is, I'll go ahead and discuss it right quick. OSL, Object Source Lighting, is if the miniature that you're painting is holding a torch, that torch is casting light back towards the miniature. If it's a regular torch, it's going to be casting orange light. If it's a magical blue torch, it's going to be casting blue light. I have never dived into OSL, mostly because it's a lot of work and it feels like you're going back over your work. Because a lot of times, and you brought this point up, Wolf, that you paint a miniature to look amazing, and then to get the OSL correct, you kind of have to go back and pretty much cover what you just did in blue.
Like, the consensus is that for most people, they consider it to be overdone. And, like, not that, like, every model you see has OSL, but, like, overdone in the fact, like we just said, you paint over that armor.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a flame that your guy's holding, it's not just casting the light on his hand. It's like, okay, you got to get the light. It's going to be more tense towards his hand, but then it kind of dims as it goes up. But then you're basically covering all this armor and skin and everything that you've spent hours on.
Yeah.
And you kind of cheat yourself out of that.
Yeah. Which, I guess if you do your OSL down first, you take a shortcut, but at the same time, I've never seen anybody do OSL first.
Yeah, like, again, like, when you apply thin layers, which is like you're supposed to do with OSL, or you can do my method, which is the cheap airbrush. Just,
yeah.
But, like, you kind of do thin layers and kind of tense the area and stuff like that. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm not a fan of like the OSL over like the armor and stuff like that. I like it if you do like scale, like if you kind of do like a night scale or black and white scale and you have OSL in there. That I like a lot more simply because you're not sitting there covering up an amazing paint job and you're kind of playing with the light itself.
Yeah. Let's hit up the next category, or the next hot take, as it were. Which can be combined, I guess.
Yeah, it's basically painting standards is what we can sum it up as.
Yeah. Go ahead and,
So, like, it consists of basically overpainting, like photo quality versus tabletop quality, and kind of like the standard that professionals hold themselves to kind of being applied to as the written rule for everybody.
Yeah. Which, by all means, and I'm going to be editing this video a bit more heavy, because I want to throw some examples of all this stuff that we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
So that you're not just relying on our voices here. But there's some amazing painters around there, like Ninjon. There's
Miniac, Emil.
Yeah.
There's a couple brand new ones, Sylvia or Sylvina in the UK. But
but they are amazing painters. And by all means, like, they take like 10, 20 hours on a single model. Like, and a lot of people are holding their painting quality as the standard, which that should be like the premium, not the standard. Because if you're going to paint an army of 100 models, you can't sit there and take 10 to 20 hours per model. Yeah. It's just not doable.
Yeah, like, prime example is Scott with the Miniac did a video talking about like painting and stuff like that, and his like in the exact video he talks about like not exerting himself on like a unit or something, and even him doing his not, as he said, not his very best, it still beats my very best by a long shot.
Oh yeah.
But it's just like one of those things of like, look, even like he's sitting there talking about painting to get stuff on the game table. Like, that's kind of the thing you got to think about. Like, are you trying to paint to win competitions? Or are you painting to get on the game table?
Yeah.
Like, it's completely fine if you're getting into the hobby just to build and paint. Completely different. But, like, where this kind of comes into confliction is that it seems that
people are holding the premium as a standard.
Yeah, because, like, you have people that, like, do both paint and game, and they're holding, like, the top level of painting as, like, the minimum requirement for it to be on the table and play with. And like, no.
Yeah. But yeah, this kind of, I think that kind of also covers the next category, doesn't it?
A little bit. Like, painting overtaking the game table. Kind of like, it's not necessarily like people that are just into it, like, for painting versus gaming. It's like, there is crossover.
Of course there is.
It seems like, kind of like what we were saying, that the gaming aspect is kind of taking a back seat to the painting aspect, which is fine. But it's just one of those things of when you have the gaming aspect where a lot of people are getting into it because it's like, oh, they like the game or they like the system or things like that.
Yeah.
And they want to play, they may paint, and of course they're not going to paint like to Golden Demon standard.
Yeah.
But then you kind of have like, I've seen a few posts where it's like some people like where they do the CNC and like some people are just overly harsh.
What CNC? Oh yeah, critique and criticism.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like some people are just overly harsh about it. To which I'm like, okay, look, I'm not the best painter in the world.
Yeah.
But even then, I could see where somebody was going with something. I could be like, hey, maybe if you do this a little bit, or like, hey, don't try so much on that.
Yeah.
But there's some people that are just like, oh, you didn't do enough contrast in this, and it's just like, okay, first of all,
yeah.
So I'm gonna play with this motherfucker. I don't need it to be a standalone centerpiece.
Yeah. And by all means, they're like going back a bit. The whole aspect of having the photo quality versus the tabletop quality. Photo quality would be the difference of you're thoroughly inspecting it. It's like less than a foot away from your face, right?
Yeah.
And then tabletop quality it's about 2 to 3 feet away from your face. So the quality can be significantly different. And I paint to tabletop quality, and sometimes a little bit beyond that, but I'm not trying to go for photo.
Yeah, it's like the things I paint above tabletop are like big centerpiece models. Magnus, Mortarion, Nagash. Those things.
Yeah.
But, like, beyond that, it's tabletop.
Yeah, I can agree with that. So, like I said at the very beginning, let us know if you have any hot takes on this. We're really interested on hearing these out, especially since, you know, I know there's a lot more opinions, and I know we're actually the contrarians in this aspect.
Yeah. Like, remember, these are opinions.
Yeah, not facts.
Not facts.
Just opinions.
However you want to do it, this is just what we feel.
Yeah. So, as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Punch that notification bell.
Punch it.